This is Elizabeth Joyce, and I welcome you to my YouTube channel, Embracing Spiritual Frontiers. I'm going to be doing a reading now for the collective for Aquarius between April 15th and April 30th, 2024. The deck I start off with is the Crowley deck, the Thoth deck. It's a beautiful deck, and it's one of the later tarots. It came out in the late 70s. I have 10 decks here, and they all have special meanings. But the Crowley gives me the specific, the beginning, the root. So let's look for Aquarius and do the cut. The first card is the Death card. That's a transition card. So maybe you lost somebody that you loved. Maybe they crossed over, or maybe you left your job or had to move. This is a forced change. It's a Saturn card, and it's a change in the way of living. It's not a card to be feared. It's a card of change. And then we have the Hermit, which can be an older man, somebody that has to go within your upper guise, and I call it the old lamplighter of long, long ago, because the Hermit is usually an older person that's doing some heavy thinking, and they're also a good reader. I don't know if you knew that. It can mean reading a book. And then you have the Knight of Wands, which is a fiery man. It's an Aries card, and it's a man full of ideas, very busy, very out there. But sometimes the Knight of Wands can be the bull in the china shop, which is always a joke about Aries, because Aries is called the child of the zodiac. So it could be a new boss, it could be you, it could be your father or your brother. Whoever it is somebody who has an influence over you. Let's see what the messages have to say. The center is where you are now. The upper right is the outcome. The upper left is the challenges. The lower left is your psychological, and the lower right is your karma. Now, the center is that Queen of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Strength card. Now, that Seven of Swords here can mean a couple of things. It's not negative, it's very positive. It can mean signing papers. It can mean you have to go and have a medical checkup, one or the other. And it's followed by the Lust card, which is power enjoyed. It's the Woman and the Lion, Lust, which is the Strength card, and it represents power enjoyed. So whatever the papers are that you're going to be signing are going to bring you more power and more comfort. And that Queen of Wands is a beautiful queen. She's my favorite in the deck because she's centered, she knows what's going on, and she is a mother and a caring person. I'm just noticing that the Queen of Wands is down here, and the Knight of Wands, which would represent her husband, is up in your cut. You have the Death card, the Hermit, and the Knight of Wands. So maybe it's a widow, somebody whose husband passed away. It could be that. And she has to sign papers, or maybe this is even the will being read that's going to bring her power. Very interesting. Now we go to the outcome, which is the Two of Discs, the Eight of Wands, and the Five of Swords. So the Two of Discs represents a change, and it's a financial change, but it's got the yin and the yang, the Chinese balance symbol in the center, and it's got an 8, as you can see around the card. There's an 8, and the yin and the yang, and that's balance, and that's coming. I'm going to say within 2 months, and it's got the sign of Jupiter, which means an expansion of fortune. Also, in the month of May, Jupiter changes signs, which is a good omen here. Then you have the Eight of Wands, and that's swiftly, acting fast. Okay? By August, it's saying by August, your pain, your Five of Swords, your loss, your tears, your agony will be lifted. So there's change coming. Whoever this person was that left you comfortable. And swiftly, you will get used to your new life after you sign these papers, and you will lift all that pain and tears. Your obstacle is the Ace of Discs, which is the high money card, the Ace of Discs, the Chariot, which is the ruler. This is a Saturn card. It's Cancer. I don't know if you know any Cancer people, but it's the sign of Cancer, and it's a control card. So somebody has control over your money, and that somebody is this Prince of Swords, which usually is the lawyer or the accountant. That's your obstacle. So you're going to have to go to the bank or go to the lawyer and have this money transferred to you. And that may be problematic. It's your obstacle. Now we go down to the psychological. And the psychological starts with the Five of Discs, feelings of lack, feelings of poverty, feelings of not being enough. Then we have the Ten of Swords, which is illness and ruin and feeling that you've lost everything. And then we have the Prince of Discs. Now, swords and discs in the Crowley deck are negative together. And so that tells me that somebody in your life that you're worried about is having problems. He's either having medical problems or he's having family problems. It could be a son, it could be a brother, it could be a father, but I don't think so, because the Prince of Discs is usually a younger man. So you're worried about this person and you want to help them in some way. Here's the karma. Emotional. The Princess of Cups is emotional. And the Princess of Cups means that you've been thinking things through, that you pretty much have been planning what you're going to do after this loss. And you've made some decisions and you want to start working with them. But first, you have that Four of Swords and Queen of Swords together. Let me show you this. The Four of Swords and the Queen of Swords together tells me that you have to rest, that you've been thinking too hard, you've been under a strain, and that Four of Swords is rest after sorrow. And the Queen of Swords is probably you or somebody in your family. I think it's you because it's the Queen of Swords, and swords represent the mind. They're air, and they represent thinking. Then you have the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Five of Swords together. So this is both sides of you. The comforting one, the one that's the mother, the one that takes care of the family. The Queen of Swords, the lady that has to think of all of the practical details, that has to know what's in the papers that they're signing. And the Five of Swords, mourning their loss. But they will be able to overcome their loss after some time. So allow the mourning to happen. Allow the loss to be absorbed, and know that there's good times ahead, that this is only temporary, and that you are on the road to balance, success, and good health. I'm having the feeling to pull a moon card for direction of your feelings. And this moon card will take, as an oracle, will take a message from the moon card. Let's see what the message will be. Meditate and contemplate the new moon in Pisces. Now, the new moon in Pisces is in March. So you may feel better by next March, or maybe your loss was this last March, because that was just before we went into eclipse season. Meditate and contemplate. That's beautiful. And for you, Aquarius, since you love art, you're the one that is a good artist. You're air sign, and you're known for knowing and loving art. And you're known for Venus, and will use the art tarot to get your next messages. I'm using a layout that I designed last week for your message for the Aries Collective, April 15th to April 30th, 2024. Let's see what the cut is. The first card is the High Priestess. That means that your future is pretty much set, and that you are protected by your angels, and nothing bad is going to happen to you. She's got all of the key things that are used in our belief system. She's got the Gilead, the Bible, the Thoth, the crystal ball. She's got the cat. She's got the moon. The High Priestess is different from an angel. It is a guardian, somebody that's watching over you, and somebody that sets your karma. So the energies have already been pulled out for you to overcome whatever is plaguing you now. Then you have the Chariot, another major arcana. You're going to take control, and it's 7. So it's either July or it's in 7 months. You're going to be able to take control. You're driving that chariot. Then you have that Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands is a conversation. It's discussions. It's planning. It can be with younger people. So you're going to be discussing things either with your family or your close friends as to how to move ahead. Beautiful. And they'll have some good ideas for you, too. So the first card is where you are now. And then we do 4 more. These cards are beautiful. And then 4 more. So there's 9 cards altogether, which is, to me, the card of completion and finishing up and moving ahead. The first card is your focus. And your focus is the 9 of Discs. So your focus is the money, the inheritance, the family money, and how to protect it, and how to work with it, and how to move ahead. You don't have to worry. There's money coming in, and there's more than enough, which is great. You're very lucky. Then you have what concerns you. You have the 6 of Swords. So what concerns you is where you're going. You've had the courage to move along. You're in the boat on the river, and you're being taken to the other side, to where there's a community and there's housing. You have the courage to move along. That's what's concerning you now. Then we go to what is your motivation? And your motivation is the Emperor. You want things to be in balance, and the Emperor, of course, is the head of the house. He's the father. He's the strength. So you're moving along, and you're going to depend on the knowledge from him or talking to him. Because remember, you had the 5 of Wands. His advice, the fatherly advice. What's the underlying problem? The underlying problem is the seven of discs. Maybe you haven't been trained in college. Maybe you haven't been trained for a job. You've got to start something new, and you've got to start learning the trade, learning the business. You know that you have to bring money in order to survive and to keep the bank book full so that you can pay the bills. So that's what concerns you. What do you need to understand? This is the Seven of Cups. That's very interesting because the Seven of Discs and the Seven of Cups together means that you need to pick a career, but you don't know which one. You're talented in a lot of things and in a lot of areas. Maybe go back to your father or that strong man to talk to him about where you think you should go. Whatever you do choose, you need to love it. You need to really like it, be very good at it, and also it needs to help you build character and strength, whatever you do. I'm sure you'll pick the right thing. So what do you have to adjust to? This is the Eight of Discs. This is a beautiful card. And what this is telling me, this is your spiritual card. And what it's telling me is that you are going to find work, and you're going to work very hard, and you're going to be very good at it, and you're going to learn everything you can to perfect the profession that you choose. That's in your future. You need to meditate on it, and Spirit will bring down the strength for you to be successful. Beautiful. And the 8 could represent the month of August, when you'll be back at work and taking care of things. And the 7th card is what is my new direction, and it's the Death card. So that's a change in the way of living. You may move, you may relocate, you may sell the family home and go to smaller quarters, or you may find a job in another city or state. But whatever it is, it's going to transform you. And sometimes these things aren't that comfortable, but you need to trust in the process, because remember, you had the 8 of Discs in your success. So get with your spirituality and your meditations. And your guess is as good as mine, but that Death card is underneath the Emperor, and you have the strength and the power behind you to make the right choice. This is the 8th card, and this is your angel card. And the angel card is a 9 of Wands, and that is a healing card. And it's reminding you to let yourself heal, to go slow, not to be in any kind of a hurry, to allow your body and your mind to adjust to your new circumstances. Aquarius, you're going to have new circumstances, a relocation, a change. And it's one that's going to make you happy, but it's going to take time, a lot of time, 8 to 9 months, before you truly feel comfortable with the change. And now I want to pick an angel card to see what your angels have to say about this. Wait. That's interesting. Wait. So wait for the messages to come, and they can come in 3 ways. They can come in your dreams, they can come in your meditations, or they can come through another person. But you will have to wait. Wait in the light, wait in the meditation, wait for those angels to bring you whatever you need to move forward. And the reason that you're waiting is 3. First, we've had eclipses. Second, Mercury is still retrograde. And third, you have to give your body time enough to heal from anything that was a sudden shock and anything when you need to change, so that you can move forward. And you will go forward in the light, which is good. And the outcome for Aquarius is the Five of Discs. This outcome shows that you're going to make the change, that you're going to walk away, because you see all the broken cups, but ahead there's a city, a new community. You don't see the full cups behind you. You're too busy mourning the three that you feel you've lost. But the Five of Cups in your outcome means that ahead of you might be a little bit difficult because of the mourning, which the angels just talked to you about. However, all is not lost. You will recoup. You will be on your way again. 5 months is in the fall equinox, and we're going into the next eclipses, and they will bring you back the strength for you to get on your feet. Never fear, God is here. I walk forward with joy and happiness. Okay, that's what I've got for you now, Aquarius, but I'll have more for you when we go into the month of May. Now I want to pick your rune for these next 2 weeks. Here is your rune. And it's joy. How can you not love it? After that Five of Cups ending, you're headed right for joy. You have so much to be thankful for. Remember, 1 year, and you're walking forward with hope, faith, help, joy, and the love of your family and your friends and your community. I'm glad that you came to my channel and got your message, Aquarius. Thank you for listening.